Hello, users of the RCHQ and DSGHQ community. My name is Mal, and I'm here with the co-host 4207B, and I'm also here with my two audience members, Fox and Flipphone, or aka Frame. So welcome to them as well. How about you give us a nice hello, 420?
Hello, guys.
Hello. Yeah, he sounds very excited. Okay. I think I'll just call him 420. So in this new one as well, we're going to be and the audience's thoughts are going to be shown. Last time I blurted out. Guys, make sure not to cause miss this time. Okay, so my first question for you is, what are your thoughts on the community now compared to maybe the
pretty much the same.
Pretty much the same. Okay. Like compared to now and back in 2013. Like if you had to compare it.
Well, I think 2013 was like the golden days of old CP and RCHQ in general. But RCHQ probably didn't exist back then. But the point is, though, like, the moderation was better. And I mean, like, you'd know if someone was swearing and they'd get banned by a staff member. And there was no inactive staff, really.
No, not really. Not besides Toby.
Yeah.
I was here in 2014, and I would have to agree. They were pretty good back in 2014. Not that most of them are terrible now, but I had to say they were a lot better back then.
Yeah, and I remember getting moderator, and I was like so happy. But now that I just found out how the community basically is now, I pretty much wasted my time.
Yeah. Even Damon agrees that the staff isn't as good as it used to be because they're not extremely carefully chosen by administrators. They're just kind of whoever's popular and helps out and stuff.
Yeah, most of the staff are just like popular, you know. It's all I see these days.
Yes.
Well, most staff anyways.
They do say they get well known more, and I kind of agree with that, but you should still look at every user. Because whenever users try to get well known, it usually ends up being crap.
Yeah,
it's funny.
But I'm already well known, not trying to brag here, but you know, ranting just gets stuff off of my mind. And like my first ever rant I made on how old CP will fall got like 20 something likes. And I got extremely popular from it.
Yeah. I don't agree with all your rants, obviously. Sometimes I find them kind of unnecessary. But I do say that they really open up minds to new things.
They do.
Yes, Fox.
I wouldn't disagree with myself, but sometimes I would.
Yeah.
Like, one thing, it would, like, first thing you'd ever get is, like, you know, you'd have, like, confusion onto why the mods are bad. Then, like, whenever you find out what the mods have been doing, you'd be like, oh, that's what.
Yeah.
And it's quite disappointing how the staff team has become.
Yeah. I can't say much about the staff team because I don't go on as much as I used to. So I don't really know what to say about any of them.
I don't really go on old CP anymore. But I can tell you staff team is bad.
Not all of them. Not all of them. A few of them, I have to say I have my pet peeves on. but that's just my biased opinion.
Yeah, when is though? If you're from like the old days, like 2013, 2012, you would know the stuff is crap compared to now.
I have to agree on that one. So my next question for you is, we have a question from Frame. You don't have to answer this one. What is your real name or your nickname? It's awkward calling you a number. You're like you're not a
You could
human
call
object.
me. You could call me Adam.
Adam. Okay. Adam, your next question is what are your thoughts on the recent redemption?
Well, the recent redemption was pretty bad from my perspective. Like, it's just the same mods now that we had. Like,
Just more.
I think, in my opinion, not trying to make anyone salty, that X Candy should have been demoted.
I can't say much on her.
But I did apologize over the forums. She was a redemption to not vote her.
Yeah.
Bad people to not.
In my opinion, a lot of people were mad, but at the same time, most of the decisions made by the staff team or the administration came from the votes that were given.
Exactly.
So a lot of people are being
salty about it. And we can't do anything about it as users right now.
Yeah, we can't. I mean,
because the staff team is basically horrible at this point.
Yeah. And
no coming back from that one.
Yeah. I tried telling people that, and I ended up getting like 7 dislikes because, people don't listen. But you can't get salty over your decisions. These were things that you made.
Exactly. And that's what most of the staff are doing right now. They're getting salty, like, over most of my rants and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really triggers me.
Yeah,
just to see staff, like, not even care about the community. That really makes me mad. It makes me want to write a forum post about it.
Yeah. As a
But that's just my biased opinion. Like, yes. It doesn't matter to the administration at all. Because I know they wouldn't listen.
Yeah. A lot of the administration checks those discussions, but they just never reply.
Yeah, they never reply to you.
Yeah, I know Damon looks
especially at if a post is directed towards them. They wouldn't listen.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they read it.
I find that completely stupid.
I'm sure that they look at them, but they just don't really want to start anything, because they're trying to act mature. So I can see both point of views. The more.
Yeah, and this sounds rich coming from like a 2013 play, but no joke at all. The old days were better compared to current day old CP. Yeah. Like, you don't have this crime zone stuff in your way.
Yeah. So the next question comes from Fox. It says, "What do you think of the forum staff currently?"
I
know.
Y'all remember Mal being mod?
Oh my gosh. Fox, you're a good mod in my opinion. I love you. Yeah, you're awesome. Yeah, I'm biased. Okay.
I swear to God, next forum post.
Yeah. Okay.
Would be
no.
Bad appeal by 420. I even say that.
Okay, so we're coming up on a recession or whatever it's called, a little bit of a cutoff right here. So we'll be right back. All right, we are back. And next question, what are your thoughts on Crime Zone? Like, do you think it's good or do you think it's bad?
Crime Zone is horrible. No joke.
Triggered Alex and fire. Triggered.
And before staff gets triggered.
Yeah. It's like suddenly all the Crime Zone members just go triggered.
Yeah, but literally,
Yeah.
all Crime Zone is now is just mass genocide.
It's madness, in my opinion.
All-
Yes. Yes.
All you do in Crime Zone is just kill people,
Yeah. That's all they're
which
doing
is
now.
stupid.
It's like North
The
Korea.
most stupidest thing I've ever heard of
Yes.
and was ever invented for CP.
Yes.
I understand it brings in new ranks, but like, you know, people can just easily abuse those ranks, kill people, you know.
Yes. I personally enjoyed the earlier Crime Zone back in, 2015. Probably my favorite one with the Ice Ghosts and the Blackhawks and stuff.
I enjoyed the Blackhawks Crime Zone.
Yeah.
It was a fun and interactive crime zone.
It was.
And that's probably one of my most favorite crime zones of all time.
I enjoyed
because
Pirates too.
It was so fun.
Yeah, I
like
enjoyed
you
Pirates
always had
too, but not as
something
much.
to look after.
Yeah. Being a war knight in that time was fun too. You got to get a lot of stuff.
And like you could just go and investigate with people. And I remember like everyone going crazy whenever they found the old way.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I remember that. It was insane.
And the Mickey's HQ place where you could read what Mickey sent on his emails and stuff.
Yeah.
That was pretty much the most fun crime zone.
Mm-hmm. Now the crime zone is so like sealed. Like no one knows about it except for them. And it's so random
and why
too.
have crime zone if it's only enjoyable by one person?
Yeah, it is really random
only
and
one person
unorganized.
Like only one person could get only one person would really know how a crime zone would go, and that would be the crime zone writer. And I've seen some forum staff admit that CZ is like mostly scripted.
CZ
not spreading
is scripted.
rumors.
CZ,
but
Crime
literally,
Zone.
I remember whenever Cyberwolf was writing Crime Zone.
I was a knight last year on Old CP. I can confirm that the Crime Zone is scripted, but it hasn't been scheduled in 2 years.
Yeah, and literally, just look at these new plays now. You think rents are bad, alright?
Yeah.
Remember when Joseph, my friend, actually dropped a post on moderators getting paid?
Yes.
That's what he did. And like the old players, well, the new players didn't even know like what was going on.
Yeah. I feel like the Crime Zone is really random and unorganized. Like, there were suddenly goblins and these random bombs just out of nowhere. And now the North is getting all pissed.
Like, the random bombs were annoying.
It is.
Because people can just die and they wouldn't know it. Even if they were AFK, they wouldn't know if they died or not.
I know.
And then they come back from being AFK a few like minutes later and find out they died.
I've been AFK killed. It's annoying. It's terrible.
So honestly, this new crime zone is complete trash.
Yeah, it is. So you hear that, Crime Zone writers? I hope you're listening to this. So do any audience members have a question? Yeah, I have other questions, but I just want to see. What is Mickey's HQ from Frame?
If you were old CP in 2013, you would know what Mickey's HQ
2015
is.
as well.
It's basically a place where you can read Mickey's emails.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the emails were to his mother.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah, I was dying laughing whenever I read them for the first time.
Yeah, they're funny to read.
And it was pretty hilarious, just to say. I sat there for 5 minutes laughing my head off.
Yes, it is. I believe that Mickey's HQ is still there to this day.
It is still there.
Yeah.
Because I've tested it out in the boiler room. All you have to do is turn out the lights using like that light switch
Mm-hmm.
at the right of the room, and then go through like the furnace
Yeah.
or just the heater in general, and you get to the Mickey's HQ.
Mm-hmm.
It's very simple to get to, but it takes so long to discover.
Yeah. So the next question, what are your thoughts on the recent Discord rampage?
Well, I think that the moderators, well, the administrators in general, shouldn't have gave Cryo, I don't even know how you pronounce his name, like the administrator, because he was bribing basically to resign. And like, I'm glad that the DSG HQ, the original Discord, was deleted.
Yeah, so am I.
So
I
and
think that Harrison was threatened in some way, that he was kind of
yeah,
forced to give them.
Harrison. Yeah.
I feel bad for Harrison because he's being, he's being blamed for all of this.
Yeah, but he was probably being bribed or something. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know what like people can do,
Yeah.
and like you don't know what Harrison actually did until he actually says what he did.
Yeah. We just need to be
And
patient.
yeah, so I just recommend being patient, not jumping to conclusions, that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And like I find the Discord rage thing pretty stupid, and it's probably the most stupidest thing that's ever happened to this community.
Yeah. So is there anything else you would like to talk about at all?
No, not really.
All right, then. I guess that includes our second podcast of the podcast Peeps. I'm your host, Mal, and this was my co-host, 4207B, aka Adam. And once again, thank you to our audience members who were Frame and Foxay. So until next time, bye-byes.